21 it was this very final, but that time it was played in a completely different place between these two giants. That tournament held in Lesotho, the city of Maseru. Angola eased past Botswana 2-0 and then 4-2 against Malawi in the group stage, and then Auswit Eswatini 3-0 to set up a final against the young Chipolopolo. And as it was the Angolans who prevailed, winning 2-1, as it proved heartache for Zambia in the second year running. So they've got almost 2 titles each, these sides, 2018 and 2021 for Angola. Zambia, they're the defending champions, 2022. In the city of Lilongwe, the Malawian city of Lilongwe. They set up a heavyweight decider against the South Africans and won 1-0. Thanks to Calvin Piri's goal at the halfway mark, or rather on the hour mark, as the first corner comes in for Angola. Floats over the box. Okay. Push on Felix Piri by his opposite number, Denzel Leyoun. Denzel Leyoun undertakes his development in Portugal for a team called Club Real Massama. The only player in the team, 2 of them in the team, to develop outside Angola. 2 foreign players, as Lawawu picks it up, does the captain Delphim. Days are dark, you call upon that guy. Delphim Lawawu was very emotional when we spoke to him after the victory against Zimbabwe. Says this generation, this pool of under 17 Angolan players just want it. Banda, the target for this one. Sugar to the box. Oh! Goal for Zambia inside 10 minutes. Abel Nyirongo scores, and Zambia lead in the tie. Nyirongo is now the top goal scorer in the competition. He's a deadly striker. It starts with Banda. It starts with the Sugar Man. Sugar. It's a sweet delivery. Striker, predator's instincts by Nyirongo. Zambia score first in the final. Wow, Abel Nyirongo is a powerful striker. The man of Atletico Lusaka takes it up to goal number 6, and now he's edged El Shaddai Sadomba by just 1, which means he's the top goal scorer now of the competition. So it's just the starts that Ian Bakala said he wanted. Quick starts for Zambia. They've got just that here. For Angola, they've never gone behind in the competition. Every one of the games that they've played so far, they've scored first. So this is slightly different. This team has not been in this position before. Let's see what they've got in the Palanquinas. But neither of these sides have conceded first. It was bound to happen in this game that someone was going to concede first of these 2 teams that just know the importance of a good start. It's a high press this by Zambia. They're committing men forward, and they have an intention to take the title. Certainly that's what Ian Bakala said when I spoke to him. His words were, we're here to take the title. We just want the trophy, were his exact words when I asked him what the expectations were for the game. Of course, the Copper Princesses have now won their second title, winning 15-0 against Lesotho. Shimute, the smooth criminal. He's so smooth, and you saw that step over there. He's a direct winger. I like the look of this boy. Mapalo Simute scored the first goal of the competition for the Copper Bullets. And so far, he's been able to score 3 goals. Some Zambian supporters in the building here in Soweto. And they're the ones making the noise on the stands. Of course, they want to make it a rare double to the Zambians, win both of the COSAFA championships here on South African soil. Of course, last time Zambia played on South African soil, back in 2020, they lost in a final to the hosts. They would have been relieved to knock out at least in a semi-final. It could have easily been a final, that game between Amajimbos and the young Chipolopolo. Set piece here for the Palanquinas, 2 over it. It's Moana and Rainbow. Marcos Rainbow sends a long delivery to the box. It gets to another player. Denzel Ayun's in space. He's not used. Now he'll get the ball, the man that develops in Portugal, and then on the corner for the Palanquinas. Denzel Ayun scored the first goal of the competition and the only goal for him so far for Angola. That first game against Lesotho in a 2-1 success. This youngster knows how to play too. And it's Francisco. Scoops to the box. Received well by Rogers Simumba. He's played 3 games so far for the Zambians as Simute tries to beat Lawawu on that inside there. Zambia looking to make themselves the most successful team in the competition. They win here and they outright become the best under-17 team, having just 1 more title than the South Africans. Someone stayed down out of picture. And it's Abel Nyarongo. That won't be a welcome sight. There's a whole host of Zambian players out of picture, go to warm up. Abel Nyarongo may just win the golden boot of this year's competition. Of course, there's also lots of selectors and scouts. I've had many agents and clubs from South Africa contact me asking who these boys are, where they play. Because this is really a showpiece where the entire world is watching, not just the country that we're playing in, but the entire world watches for the next talent to emerge from Southern Africa. There have been lots of players to perform well here in the competition. Joseph Banda was 15 years old in the 2020 edition when Zambia lost here to South Africa. He starred there in that competition, claiming the top goal scorer award with 5 goals. Banda. Still available here as Banda. And ball by Banda. He scored the all-important decisive goal, did Robert Banda. His first one of the competition was the most important one for the young Chipolopolo. Roya Marcus Raimundo of Upper Club Angola has played every single game so far, every single minute. Zambia retrieve that ball. Nyarongo. only to the feet of Perivan Diaz. Oliveira lays it back to Diaz. Oh, there's a push there, definitely a push by James Savannah. We all saw that. He puts his hands in the air so as to say, I don't know what I did. He definitely has something there on Jairo Moana of Atletico Petrol's Luanda. 1 goal so far for the jersey 14. Set piece then here. What do the Palanquinas do with it? Telfin Luawu of Afade Club Angola on top of it, the captain. That's 6 players in that box, 5 for Angola. Zambia. Man-on-man marking. Oliveira just creeping in on that left side. I think the video assistant referee is checking something, yep. Looks like there's a slight bit of a delay in the referee, Brighton Chimene, in conversation with Akona Makalima. It was just a push there. Wonder whether perhaps they're checking whether a card should be issued to the Zambian player. All good. He's going to call the 2 captains just to explain to Jonathan Kalamina and Luawu. Video assistant referee is currently down from what I hear. And that's what they're telling the boys, that they're still fixing the video assistant referee. Of course, we've had video assistant referee since the semis. Well, that came into good use in the game between Zambia and South Africa. So they need to get the video assistant referee up and running again. It's an important part of the game, and Brighton Chimene pauses the game in the meanwhile. I'm happy with what they've done with the pitch here in Soweto. Many fans and spectators from the continent were not pleased with the state of the pitch here, but at UJAW Muller there's a tournament called the IBA Cup that's taking place there. That's why the final had to be played here in Soweto. The IBA Cup is one of the biggest youth development tournaments in the world. The likes of PSV, PSG, Espanyol are all now in Johannesburg. So there's a few international teams in Jozi at the moment. That IBA Cup started today. As we wait for Akona Zenit Makalima. And the fans continue to storm in here in Soweto from the Pimville community. Some local teams also out and about. There's a team by the name of Dibaba from Shawela. He's explaining to the boys that once the video assistant referee is okay, we'll continue. There wasn't video assistant referee for the ladies final. So I think we're all good now. But 3 minutes of dead time there. Luawu plays one from the ground to Perivan Diaz, clips onto the box. Simute, the target of this one. Mapalo Simute chases this one down. Oh, he's smooth Simute. He's going to get onto it again. Isan Simute. Oh, this boy knows how to play. Luawu. They've switched sides now, have Robert Banda and Simute. It's important to be able to be versatile as a developing youngster. Never know where a coach will play you, so the 2 wingers for Zambia able to play in either or position. And they've been able to successfully keep out Elisao Francisco. Have the Zambians so far. There's a touch of Ivan's Manuel's head there. It's going to be a throw for the young Chipolopolo. Panda's gone down. So that I've nicknamed Sugar. Exciting talent. It would really be incredible if the Zambians can lift 2 of these trophies here. With the ladies already decided and watching on here and supporting. So 20 minutes in, and it's Abel Nyarongo that's the difference in this COSAFA Championship final. Piri scored in the 60-hour mark. The last time that Zambia won. And games have come a lot quicker this year. And there have been plenty of them. I think in this boys' competition we've had 60 plus so far. Felix Piri. Both these countries back home have good development structures. For Angola, I hear that what they've been able to do, that side, is really invest in the infrastructure from the bottom to the top. And subsequently seen them receive licenses from CAF for the proper infrastructure that they've been able to cultivate for development football. We've got CAF D, C and B licenses in that regard to Angola. Runs a makeshift shot for Gilson Dalla. Perman Diaz. Luau. Clipped by Simute and Piri. Manuel over the top. It's in the fall only for Zambian player, but a ping pong like football at the moment. But there's good development structures back home. That's the only way that teams are really able to come here to a competition like this and really compete. Because if they have proper development structures, Banda, Sugar, Robert Banda. Gets a nutmeg there on the way. Gets a couple of nutmegs there as Omar Oliveira tries to play in Moana. James Sebene chases it down and lunges in, does Moana. The ball boys are all from that local team I was telling you about. That's Dibaba that plays here in Soweto. Angola have also played just this year at the Under-18 FIFA World Cup, whereby they were able to rank 13th with their Under-18. Zambia seem to have an Under-18 team too. Not familiar that Southern African countries also have an Under-18 side. Usually they use the odd number system, 15, 17, and then the jump to 20 almost. I think Under-18 serves as a good bridgeway between Under-17 and Under-20. Sometimes when you chat to the coaches, there's a there's a bit of a disconnect in terms of the youngsters adjusting to under 20 national football once they graduate. Of course, that's the idea. For Zambia, they've got 4 boys that previously played under 15. As we see, Luvumbo here does have Francisco on the outside, leaves the ball behind. Collision that between Mute and Luvumbo. Mute remains strong. He's been a good central defensive midfielder as Mike Mute. Almost halfway now into the first half. So cooling break then. We have 2 in the game rather. One at 25 minutes and then another at 70 minutes. So youngsters are going to have a chance to get some refreshment, some water. Also to receive some instructions from their respective coaches. Domingos da Silva, head coach of the Angola development side. Involved in the side with for some time on the other side of the coin. Ian Bakala, it's his second run-in with the team. He was the winning coach in the Malawian city of Lilongwe. Says he's looking for a double COSAFA triumph, a back-to-back triumph. And that's the picture of the Zambians. The ladies are still wearing their medals. They were 15-0 winners. You see them there. A bunch of winners. And there's the silverware. I wonder, well, who's that gentleman and why he's holding the trophy. Feels a bit like Kuren Lusaka on that right side of the crowd. Here's the goal then, if you've tuned in late. Robert Banda, inside 10 minutes. Plays it through to Abel Nyarongo. And he sends himself to be the top scorer of the competition so far. One ahead of El Shaddai Sadomba. Here they've landed back home, the Zimbabweans. Zambia are set for a flight tomorrow. In fact, all the teams participating, the 4 remaining, will be on flights back to their respective countries tomorrow. I'm sure there'll be lots and lots of people waiting in the airports in Zambia when the teams land, especially the ladies. Geez, they won 15-0 against Lesotho. It's the biggest scoreline we've seen across both girls and boys competitions. Angola at the recent Under-18 World Cup finished in 13th place. Their Under-18s are the 13th best Under-18s in the world, which is really a commendable feat to accomplish. Not many teams, one, are able to qualify for world championships like that, and second, to finish like such a high place like that is really commendable. Nyarongo, Banda wanted one more. He was available all by himself on that right side. It was Robert Banda. Piri fouls Delphine Luau. Sort of falls on him there. This is where these young men become, these young boys become men. Playing in a showpiece like this for the very first time. Some of these boys have really been a lovely experience. You speak to some of the coaches, they're happy for the boys to have this exposure and experience, and additionally to already have a ticket to the Ivory Coast. Means that win or lose today, there's lessons to be learned. Don't get me wrong, the teams want to win here today. Luavu's been the target of a couple of fouls, and referee's got his yellow card out in his hand. And Robert Banda is going to be the player booked here. So Banda into the book then for Zambia his first yellow card of the competition. Buti with a foul on Elisao Francisco. They've kept him quiet. He's usually a player that's always so tricky to defend against, but he's been kept at bay here today. Moana and Raimundo over this one. Moana goes for goal, and vicious efforts by the central midfielder. Plays out at Atletico Petrol Zuanda. It's a really good atmosphere out here in Soweto. A good crowd turnout to support these under-17 championships. Of course, it was meant to be played in Maputo, similar to the under-20 championship. Panda. 3 red shirts around him. The 20 final was contested between South Africa and Zambia. Zambia are going to that Cup of Nations also next year. It's really such an exciting time at the moment to be a young man involved in development football, with all these continental competitions and a World Cup going to happen almost annually. I think it's only a matter of time until we also have an under-15 World Cup, because we do have an under-15 Cup of Nations and under-15 COSAFA Championship. Only a matter of time until the World Cup also comes around. Zambia played in the final once again there, that time in Namibia against South Africa, losing in that game after leading for large parts of it. 4 of the young men playing here played in that under-15 COSAFA Schools Championship that I'm telling you about. And I like the infusing of schools football into the international space, because that's really where to find the youngsters. Sometimes some places don't have academies. I mean, for these 2 countries it's no problem, but for Lesotho, for Eswatini, there's not as an established of an academy culture. So FIFA have introduced the FIFA Schools program also for smaller countries, such as the Comoros have also taken advantage of those programs. Mute, Sugar Panda, Sugar. Mute sends it to Simute. Mute to Simute, and the smooth criminal doesn't get a touch there. Oh, he's smooth, the kid. One moment you see him, the next you don't. One is here, the next is there. Kalimina, smooth Simute. Piri. Try to play the 1-2 with Nyorongo. Mid to low block at the moment now for Angola. Kalimina. For Panda. Too much on that. Too much firepower for Robert Panta. Very, very involved. Came on as a substitute in the game against the Majimbos, the man of Atletico Lusaka FC. Angola have made 1 appearance at an under-17 World Cup, so have Zambia. Both these sides have been able to reach the ultimate footballing stage as a young man. The best team in the world, if you're wondering, at this level of the game is the Germans. They've got the best under 17s. They won the last World Cup. We had Senegal, Morocco, Zambia go and represent us from an African perspective. Leon. Francisco. Tries to go for the nutmeg on Piri. No, Gabriel. Ingelosi, Angel Piri. Two Angolan players on him. Only one card been issued so far. Robert Panda in the book. Raimundo falls on his opposite number there. Some people across the continent have recommended that perhaps it's time for Southern Africa to take a similar stance to what the North Koreans do. North Korea have really also done well in terms of their development. One of the smallest nations in the Asian League. They've been able to do well in a couple of World Cups, and that's because of their scouting then. Their scouting has definitely been high up there and has gone to the most areas out in North Korea. Just to give you an indication of where world and the 17 development football is at. I always want to be able to compare our boys to sort of international standards. Simote can't get it beyond Gilson Dalla. Both countries have got very proper development structures. Zambia, they've got an elite development league. Every pro team has an academy, and academies play in that regard. And then there's also various LFAs then, local football associations. So these boys play almost at the highest level, week in, week out. Similarly, in Angola, from what I hear, they've had to go through first provincial championships and then national championships to select their boys. It's more an extensive process. You've got both clubs and provincial clubs and schools participating in those championships. Straight down has Marcos Raimundo of AFA Club Angola. 16 years old, the young man. And he's a very clean defender. No yellow cards so far, though. In fact, it's interesting. He's the only one of the backline players that don't have a yellow card. Marcos Raimundo. Those are the girls, the ladies that won their competition. They're the ones spurring on the boys and making all the noise in the crowd. Piri. Omar Oliveira, the danger man for this Angolan team, takes it on. He's outside the box when he has that's about 20 yards out. He doesn't really have firepower behind it. Livumbo. He had his brother Lito Livumbo that played in the side, and now this smells a little bit of danger for Angola. It's going to be a card here that's going to be issued by the referee, just like he went into his book. James Sabane has had a couple of challenges that he easily could have been booked for. There's two of them there, in fact. It's Mwansa and Sabane. The referee is going to issue one to James. He has been cautioned a couple of times, and now he'll be the second player to go into the book. Alongside Robert Panta. 5 minutes to go, including stoppages. And Omar Oliveira has the ball inside his belly. So as to say, something's coming out now. A goal is coming. That's what Omar Oliveira wants. Telling you about Luvumbo, he had his brother Lito Luvumbo that won the title with the Angolans back in 2018. The very first maiden title. There's two candidates for the set piece. Omar Oliveira and Eliseo Francisco. Conversation is Oliveira with Simude. 5 men in the wall for Zambia. It's just inside that circle, yeah. Omar Oliveira fancies his chances here. He's had 1 goal so far that came in a semi-final against Zimbabwe. 1 assist. Also against Zimbabwe. And then there's Francisco, who's got 2 goals. The boys need to be careful. We have video assistant referee that's always watching those. Cancelled, and it's instead going to be Mwansa that's given the yellow. It could have been any of the players. Both of them were going into the challenge. So it's not Sabane, and it's Savio Mwansa instead that sees yellow. And he's on the side at the moment. Just given to the wrong culprits there, the card it would appear. So here it is now for Angola. There's Eliseo, there's Oliveira. The goalkeeper, Rogers, is dead focused. Here it comes. It's in the net. Angola score. It's 1-1 in the final. Omar Oliveira. You need him. He'll come. When called upon, he'll answer. And he answers on the biggest and grandest stage. It looks like it takes a touch somewhere there. It's not the cleanest of free kicks. In fact, it's quite scrappy. It takes a big deflection. Huge moment in the game. Deflects off the wall. Goalkeeper's going one way, the ball's going another. Oh, in fact, it takes 2 deflections of 2 Zambian players. Omar Oliveira once again delivers. Cometh the hour, cometh the man, cometh the hour, cometh Omar Oliveira. So I wonder whether that's going to be given as a goal for Omar Oliveira or whether it's an on goal. But usually those are given to the player that hits it. And for Zambia, they've had a man that stays down, but the final is alive. 1-1. Soweto Angola respond. There's a lengthy checking there on the Zambian man. It's Jonathan Kalimina, the captain of the side. And what occurred to him there, Jonathan Kalimina. See it again. Issa. It's Jonathan Kalimina's face that puts that ball into the back of the net. And that's going to probably be an on goal then for Jonathan Kalimina. Now that's inadvertent. He didn't mean that. Just defending the wall, the ball comes and hits his face, and fortunately for the captain, he's playing at his second in the 17 Cup of Nations. Inadvertently puts the ball into his own net. 9 additional minutes here. Wow. We're far from done in terms of the first half. We had VAR that needed to be fixed. We had some stoppages. There was a big stoppage, about 3 minutes worth for the free kick now. So it makes sense for the refs and the assistants to add 9 minutes on top of the 45 that have been played. Simute. Kalimina. Vumbo wins this one. Sugar Panda, Sugar Panda, Sugar Panda. No sugar there from Panda. It was exactly like this in the game back in Lesotho, 2021, 1-1 in Angola. Just found the extra gear. Inexperience. The physicality by the young man. Now he evades a couple of defenders to the box for Piri. First of these tournaments was held back in 1994, but there were a couple before that, before they were consolidated under the term under 17 COSAFA Championships. That 1994 tournament was won by the hosts. Mainu sees Francisco. Now it's opening up for Angola to the other side. It's good defending that by Jonathan Kalimina. Another player stayed down from Angola. It's Livumbo this time. A striker. It's from that challenge, I think it's a bit of a head knock. Looks like that's what certainly felt like there. Francisco puts it across the face of goal. There's been lots of these then, which is how essentially the added time is calculated. They check how much time the ball spends outside of the pitch. Paulo Lovumbo. Plays at GD End of Club in Angola. The striker's got 1 goal so far in the competition. Go on the 1 goal stat shouldn't fool you. This is a young man that is involved in the play, very, very involved. Some Angolans in the crowd. McFish watches on. VIP booth. Mute. Kalimina. Trophy was brought on by Junior Kanye. the game started. So lots of footballing faces. It's a football fiesta. This. It's a love of development football. Corner, Zambia. 5 minutes to go in the first half. To the back post and side netting for Jonathan Kalimina. He wants to lift that silverware at the end of today so badly. I spoke to Jonathan Kalimina. He said, we are here to do the job. We know that our task is one and one alone, and that is to get back home with the title. Very happy that they've qualified for the Cup of Nations, but for them they want to go a step beyond, be the champions of the region. Oliveira. Thought he would have claimed that goal. I wonder if anyone's told him that it's Jonathan Kalimina on goal instead. Cycles for Zambia. Takes a touch off Oliveira. Now he tries to win it back. He's by himself there. He's going to win the throw for the Palanquinas. Lefumbo leaves for Oliveira. It's opening up so slightly. Weaves it for Francisco, just overplays it a tad bit slightly. Interesting point is that Angola have played in 2 COSAFA Championship finals. They've won 2 COSAFA Championship finals. They've got a 100% winning record in a final, the Palanquinas. They don't lose finals when they play in them. For Zambia, they've had a couple that they've lost. 1 to Angola, another to South Africa. They finally got their mojo going once again in Malawi, back 2 years ago now. Weren't able to follow that up successfully when they went to the Cup of Nations, knocked out of the group. Themselves and the other COSAFA's representatives, South Africa. Fancy that the Angolans will want to go far. So will the Zambians next year. Leon. Not even manual. So we won't be able to keep it in. Goal kick for Zambia. So 1 minute left in of the 9 additional until we go to the half-time break. And well, I think it's been an evenly contested first half. This Zambia starts off really firing like they usually do. Angola settle into the game and start to play the Palanquina way. But Simute carries on moving. And he's going to win a corner here for Zambia. There were 2 men in the box there. There was Nirongo, there was Banda. It's brilliant, brilliant defending to stop that from Josmar Vicente. That's the final move of the game. As I see Brighton Jimene also checking his watch.
Marca, marca! Ninguém sobra aí! Ninguém sobra!
Capable period then for the final set piece and potentially move of the first 45. Borders out, potential counter-attack here. Omar Oliveira. Francisco plays it on, and that is that in terms of the first half story then here at the UJ Soweto Stadium. It's been a final. It's felt like a final. It's had the momentum of a final. The boys have done it justice in the first half. So the scoring opened up by Abel Nyarongo after he was put in by Robert Panda in minute number 8. And once we get to the 30s, set piece, the dead ball situation is where the Angolans profit from. It's taken by Omar Oliveira, but at the end it takes the touch of Jonathan Kalimina and goes down as a Kalimina own goal. Even Stephen, it seemed in terms of the possession stats, I'm sure they will indicate to us now as to how that's looked factually, but the first 45 minutes, it's even Stephen, a goal apiece for Angola and Zambia. There you have it in terms of the statistics. Shots on target, 3 for the Palanquinas, 2 for the young Chipolopolo, and 2-2, corners-wise 2. Possession also very, very evenly matched, 45-55. We'll be back after the second half, where we'll definitely crown the champion here today. Stay tuned.
What is this?
Banda, the target for this one. Sugar to the box. Oh! He's a deadly striker. It starts with Banda. It starts with the Sugar man. Sugar. It's a sweet delivery. Striker, predator's instincts by Nyarongo. Zambia score first in the final. Wow, Abel Nyarongo is a powerful striker. Firepower behind it. Livumbo. James Sabene has had a couple of challenges that he easily could have been booked for. There's 2 of them there, in fact. It's Mwansa and Sabene. Here it comes. It's in the net. Angola score. It looks like it takes a touch somewhere there. It's not the cleanest of free kicks. In fact, it's quite scrappy. It takes a big deflection. Huge moment in the game. Deflects off the wall. Goalkeeper's going one way. The ball's going another. Oh, in fact, it takes 2 deflections of 2 Zambian players. Omar Oliveira. Cometh the hour, cometh. final 45 minutes of the 2024-17 COSAFA Championships is now here. It's as well poised, it's as bestly positioned, this final, as it could have been. 1-1 as we head into the second 45 minutes. Change for Zambia. Malupande comes on from Young Crocs. After playing 161 minutes worth of action, he replaces Piri, who misfired in the first period. So, here we are then. This is it. This really is it. 45 minutes to decide the winner of the 2024 competition. We didn't have a competition in 2023. So Zambia still defending their title back from 2022. The previous winners, 2021, were Angola. So we are witnessing the battle of the past two winners of the competition here in South Africa. Neither of them have lifted it on South African soil. The one has succumbed to heartbreak here on South African turf. Zambia losing in the final back in 2020 to the hosts. They look this time to conjure up something. Livumbo. Francisco Elisao. It was a first half where Zambia edged Angola in terms of possession statistic, just 55 to 45. Most of the statistics and the gameplay was evenly squared, but I think the most important statistic coming from the halftime break is that it's 1-1. Last final, Malawi was 0-0 up until the minute 60, and Kevin Piri scored to win it for Zambia. They'd go on to hold on to the slender one-goal advantage. The head coach was the head coach then, was the head coach now. Ian Pakala. Banda clears it then for Zambia. Malupande gets his first touch then of the game. Denzel Leone intercepts. Denzel Leone plays one through. Maybe he should have played it sooner. And that's what Elisao is saying. Play it quicker. Because he wins the ball and then he just sort of plays it and then decides to pass it to Francisco. Well, that could have been a moment, a real dangerous moment. Look at it there. Because bam, play it now. And then he takes it. 2 extra seconds on the ball. Wana, hands in the air. Plays it short. Clipped up to the box. Neither Elisao nor Livumbo able to hit that. Leone was also targeted for the ball there. Giri on the top for Emmanuel Mbuti. Intercepted by Periman Diaz. And then Malupande wins it back. Lots of talent on this Zambian side. It's tough, of course, to represent your country at an under-17 championship like this, where there's thousands and even millions back home that easily could have wanted, and some even watching this and thinking that they could easily play here. The extensive process is long, I'm told, for both the clubs. They took almost 12 months, full 12 months. Firstly, looking at the boys, going regularly to the school games, the championships, to the academy games to watch the football. Simute, cut back, smooth. Criminal is offside. That flag should have come up sooner. I thought he was off He maybe thought he was off. Simute puts it into the net, and the Zambian supporters are going to have to sit back down. But there you see it, he was way offside. And then sit down. Wow. He killed him there. So, definitely offside there for Mapalo Simute. Haven't needed to go to the video assistant referee. The calls have been clear and they've been right on the pitch. Luawu hits the ground for Angola. Not sure why Luawu went down. He played lots of game time. I think also once the tournament started to get to the finals, Friday. We started last week Wednesday. They've been playing game after game after game after game with the day's break. Told that both teams yesterday didn't have too much of a hectic session, just a recovery session for both the sides. But there starts to become fatigue and the legs start to tire and hurt. Of course, the boys play every week, but not intensely like this. Not as intense as this type of competition. It's truly toughness. It gives the youngsters a bit of a feel of what it feels like one day when they'll play at the highest stages in Cup of Nations and World Cups. It's this type of feel. It's this game in, game out, every single day type of football. James, what that he was given a yellow card, it was cancelled and given to one side. Once again, Luawu out of picture, has gone down again. They're going to have to change the captain here. He's not in a good state right now. You see him now. My cameras catch him there. So now they defend with just 10 players. Kalimina won't stop for anyone. Mute. Malupande. No, he's not going to continue. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to continue. Mbuti. Piri opens up his body and then just doesn't hit the target, but they're going to need to change Delphine Luawu now. It's a couple of times where he's hit the ground, and like I've said, a little bit of fatigue in the legs. And then there's the knocks, obviously. When you play against the Zambians, you're bound to expect a physical game. It's contact sports by its very nature, but it's a little bit of an extra bit of contact when you play against young Chipolopolo. It's that ankle area that's a problem. It's been a regular thread from the first half, right up until now. It's up and down for Delphine Luawu. Still some cheering coming through from the Zambian side of the crowd. They still believe that they could make it a double in South Africa. Zambia have played in the final on South African turf and lost against South Africa. Like I've mentioned, Angola's record in finals is flawless. Will that continue here? But football is not a game of statistics and numbers in the past. It's all about the present, the now, and the future. As Eko continues to Kubumbo. A brilliant run this. Oh, what a run this by Emmanuel Mbuti to the box. Oh, he can't fight the feet of Nyarongo. Corner. Incredible from the right back. Emmanuel Mbuti of Young Crocs. He also plays at Young Crocs, does Mbuti. He's played 2 full games and he gets a start in the final and shows that he also has a clean bit of footwork. It just doesn't get to Nyarongo there in time. Piri. It's going to fall here for the smooth man, and Kalimina hesitates for a moment. And they cede possession. Omar Oliveira, well, Francisco rather, leads the charge for Angola. The rest of the players sitting back and waiting for Zambia to come at them. Panda. He's had not too much sugar here today as Panda. He had blistering starts when he sets up Nyarongo, but since then it's been quiet. Hasn't had as much space as you would have liked. Sides have appeared the most at these competitions. Zambia, they've had 10 appearances here at the 17 championship. Angola about 10 times that they've appeared here. One. 10 minutes of action here as Banja try to get beyond there. They're going to get out of the corner. So far we've had 69 goals. The ladies competition produced 104 almost. So 69 here in the men's competition. Average of 3.4 goals a game. Francisco. Just possessed by Malupande. He's come on in, he's come on with a bit of fire. It's the chest of Mwansa. Vieira turns, looking to turn defense into attack and get a counter break. He's beating Simute in the one-on-one, in the foot race. Now wants to beat him in the footwork. Francisco, some pressure coming through from behind. Now Ivan Manuel, Leon, Luau still on the pitch. They haven't taken the captain off. He's involved in a tussle now with Nyarongo and then pulls him and tugs him by the shirt. He's lucky the referee was turned his back when he tugged him. Lucky the referee didn't see that. You see that battle between Nyarongo and Luau, and then once he's beaten, grabs him by the jersey. Says, "You're not going anywhere, it's either you or the ball. And the ball is through, you're not going anywhere." As Jonathan Kalimina coming on his inside, he chooses to go for the clever one there, does Jonathan Kalimina. Booty. Francisco is able to get the better and gets it to Moana. Still alive for the Palanquinas. Real battle between Malupande and Moana. Backpack by Piri is brought down. Referee says play on. Simute Smooth man, Luau. Brave man. Brings it back and clears for Angola. So, in terms of qualification for the Cup of Nations, Angola have appeared in slightly more. The 17 Total Energies Cup of Nations. And Zambia. Wow, he's drawing that. He's looking for it, Simute. Zambia have appeared at the Cup of Nations in 1997, 1999, 2017, now recently in 2019. Well, the young Chipolopolo have appeared twice, 2015, 2023. And another one in 2025. And so Angola will have 5 appearances next year, while the young Chipolopolo will have 3. Jonathan Kalimina. 2 of them there, himself and Mapalo Simute. Reached the hour mark here. Kalimina! Goes for goal. It's a good save by Gilson Dala. It definitely had lots of power that by Jonathan Kalimina. This is their 7th appearance rather at the 17 COSAFA Qualifiers, while Zambia appeared 10 times. Most appearances by sides here. Got South Africa on 11, Malawi on 11-2. Banda scoops it up. Counter drive and changes being prepared. Angola perspective. They're preparing Dacio Domingos and Joao Capitao. Needs a fair balance of energy, the game, especially once, like I said, get to the latter stages where fatigue and the like start to set in. This is the Kalimina free kick. So who comes off then? 2010, Piri plays Andre off. Not Piri rather. Denzel Leon. The Bumbo is also going to make way for Domingos. He's got a burst of energy, does Domingos. He's also of Atletico Petrolos Luanda. Let's touch here now for Joao Capitao. Inroads being made, but sufficient defending from a Zambian perspective. Oh, Nalongo skips past a man. Picks his head up. Sees Simute. But then can't find Simute. Two Southern African nations didn't participate in this year's edition. Got Madagascar and the Seychelles that decided not to participate this year. So we had 12 of the 14 COSAFA nations. Short, Domingos beats Kalimina. Domingos is far from goal. He could play it slightly more there. He does have options left and right. Chooses to play himself. Here's Sugar. Sugar Panda. Away by Periman Diaz. And he takes one moment in a game of development football, one lapse of concentration. Just need to maintain the concentration throughout here. It's really been a good showing this of development football. I'd like to see the youngsters across Southern Africa and the talents that they have. There's lots and lots and lots of talents in these parts. Kalimina, Malupande takes a couple of deflections. It's going to land for Dala. The talent in Southern Africa is superb, and I think it's only a matter of time until we see our young boys qualify for more and more those World Cups. Naughty there by Piri, looking to get a card. Zambia, they made their first appearance Cup of Nations 2015. 10 years later, they're going to get their third. They've not qualified for the World Cup yet. Have the Zambians. That's something that's still eluded them, the junior Chipola Bola. Angolans, they have qualified for the FIFA Under-17 World Cup just once. 2019. They ended up doing very decently in that World Cup, finishing in the round of 16. Lots of greenery. Rongo plays in Panda. Down. Dangerous position. Whenever there's a free kick, yeah, it's going to smell danger. And Robert Panda just does good work there. And he's happy with the work that he's got. Josemar Vicente lunges in. Always going to be a free kick. That's 2 feet in the air for Vicente. Suddenly the Zambian vuvuzelas start to blow a tad bit louder. Let's see whether they can get the dip in time for Josmar Omar Oliveira to score. Took a touch, in fact it ended up being an own goal in the first half off the face of Jonathan Kalimina. This time he's going to look to put it in the back of the net with his foot. Kalimina! Good save by Dala. Brilliant save by Dala. He's a good shot stopper. There's a couple of abilities that a goalkeeper needs to have, but shot stopping is high up there, and this is a young man that knows how to stop a ball. He had to make a couple of important saves, not only in this game, again against Zimbabwe. Piri to the back post. Francisco clears it away. It's only going to fall at the feet of another Zambian player. Kalimina comes to clean up. As to where the player of the tournament also goes, because wow, it would be such a hard pick for me, certainly, because talent on show has been second to none. Experiences like this will definitely bode well for the future of Southern Africa's development football. That's that free kick. Savannah. Back to the defense of Zambia. In terms of holding the ball, it's definitely been more Zambia on the ball. Angola are happy to just sit and then wait for a counter opportunity, a break to come. Usually a team that likes to hold the ball, but playing against another ball possession team, there's only one that can have the lion's share of the ball. It's been Zambia. Simude, the target of this one, runs onto it, but Perivan Diaz is there in time. Tipped, goes down in the box. Oh no, it's a penalty! The referee has given it. Penalty. Referee Chimane looks, takes his time, he's in close proximity, and after a couple of seconds decides penalty Zambia. Celebrations on the side. VAR is going to check it. They're always going to check this. But let's see it again. Oh, that's a penalty. That's a pen. Doesn't dive into the contact, he's going into space. 2 feet for Josmar Vicente. Penalty all day, every day, twice on a Sunday. So, 70 minutes in and suddenly now there's some nerves from an Angolan perspective. An opportunity from a Zambian perspective. Abel Nyarongo scored a penalty against South Africa in the semi-final. There's another one here. He has 6 goals in the competition. It could be 7 if he scores this. We made sure that players are behind the line. I think VAR has checked it, and they're also happy that sufficient enough contact. Just checking that all the players are behind the line. There's Simuke, there's Mango, there's Perivan Diaz there. Simuke just wants to get that rebound, if and should there be one. And knowing the quality of Abel Nyarongo, let me just parry this. I think the check is still going on. He's still quite satisfied. The VAR still wants to be fully sure that it is a penalty. I think the referee's got it right. Communication with Akona Makalima. We here from the broadcasting position just wait to see. The youngsters wait to see. Africa waits to see. The world waits to see. Just don't hang on the net to Kelson Kala, does Brighton Chimene. So, we wait on here. This is going to Pod onto the added time at the end of the game. To see what they end up saying. And for me, it looks like there's contact. There's contact in the box. It should be something. Yep, penalty confirmed. They're satisfied. Zambians cheer in the crowd after some nervous moments. So, up steps Abel. Nyirongo saved! Oh! Gelson Dala, you man! Gelson Dala is a beast of a goalkeeper. He keeps Angola's hopes alive. Now potential counter-attack. Here comes Omar Oliveira, cut inside. Another man available on that left. Oh me! Wow! 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 This COSAFA Championship has produced drama from day 1 to 20, from match 1 to 20. What a hand! He gets one hand on that. He doesn't even need to save it with 2. And that bench is a picture of frustration. Can't believe it. Zambians across the world can't believe it. It's still a stalemate here in the final cooling break of regulated time. Wow. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? How could you not be entertained? This is youth football. It is young hearts, young brains, young minds. The future of Southern Africa's footballing landscape. The Zambians carry on with the cheers from the side. Wow. Let's see the penalty incident again. Wow, wow, wow. Yep. I wonder why they took so long to check that. But then this moment reads him like a book. Reads him like a book. Wow. Says, I've got your number. So, it's the first penalty that Abel Nyirongo misses in the competition. And it's a penalty saved by Gelson Dala. So the game's back. Regulated time-wise, it says 15 minutes. But I think it should be slightly more. Especially considering the stoppages towards the end. We've had a couple of stoppages, especially for the captain, Lau. There's been some moments. So, 1-1. Zambia come again. Cisco. Oh, that's beautiful. That chop back. Joao Capitao leaves it behind. Kalimina, now the game is alive. Now the game is boiling. It's fully cooked now, this final. Zambia scored in minute 8. Since then, it's been lots of the ball. I think in terms of putting it into the back of the net. Simute, the smooth man, the smoothest criminal on the pitch. Pande still available for Zambia's number 8. The captain comes through to save the day. Kalimina and co-defending. Referee says play on. Let the good times roll on. Gets it beyond, now to Panta. He almost hasn't said a word as yet. Bakala on that bench, he's just been just like that. He tries the nutmeg, eventually gets it anyway, and crosses it. Shots and target from an Angolan perspective, especially in the second half. They've played, they've contained Zambia. In terms of imposing themselves, there's been too many shots in the opposite end. time should the game end like this? Knowing youth football, knowing development youngsters, it's really never over until it's over. The game between Zambia and Zimbabwe was just like this. Right about this time, 1-1. 90 minutes, the score read 5-1. So this is where really the championship time of a game, the championship period. That one's looking for Elisao. It's good shepherding by Jonathan Kalimina. It takes a touch and it's going to be an Angola corner. Domingos is the one to put it across the face of goal there. There's a slight touch there of Jonathan Kalimina. 6-4 corners wise. 2 more for the Zambians. Now to the box. Alupande. But defending by Raimundo. 10 minutes to go. As the world and Africa watches on. This under-17 final. It's really been a brilliant competition, this. In South Africa, it's had the talent, it's had beautiful venues, it's had the support from the parents and the fans, the friends and families in the respective countries, people across the globe. It only gets better. João Capital, a soldier for his side. He has a potential counter giant. Dala out of his goal. Wow. There's also awards at the end for goalkeeper of the tournament. I think if not Sianda Zimba, this guy definitely has his hand up there for that award now. Zimbabwe's are gone. Maybe the tournament's going to be in this game. Between these two keepers, Dala is definitely motivated his case for being a worthy candidate. Sugar, Banda. It's between two players there. Tries to get something, somewhat at least a goal. In fact, I stand to be corrected as to whether there's extra time. I think it may just head to a shootout after the regulator 90. Because a couple have ended 1-1. I remember back in 2020 here in South Africa. Zambia, South Africa, it ended 4-2 on penalties. So I think we're headed for a shootout at the end. If it ends like this. And if it goes to a shootout, Gala will definitely be licking his lips. There's some time since then. Some football still to be played. Capital. These young men will be winners already by the mere virtue that they've qualified for that Cup of Nations next year, the Ivory Coast. They'll both be at the showpiece, regardless of what happens in the final 10 minutes, give or take here. Banda. Simude! Oh goodness! Simude! And he gets in beyond those goalkeepers, and if you wonder why I call him a smooth criminal, that's exactly why. Because how? In what world does he get between those two Angolan players? Simude eventually is the one to get the ball. Manuel with the ball. And the clearance at the end. So here's a corner for Zambia. Lots of corners in the game. 11 in total, 7 for the Zambians. Simute. Well, they've never gone the whole entire distance to a penalty shootout. Every final they've played, they've got the business done in the regulated time. Even if it's taken them right up until the end. Well, thought he would have gone off Angolan central midfielder. He's played this game out like a real soldier. Manuel. Counter drive now. Brilliant, skip that now. It's opening up. Omar Oliveira was offside in any case. So I'm told that's first extra time and then a penalty shootout. So we're in for 30 more minutes of football. Kalimina. Manupande. Giri. Two players down. Banda. To Simute. To the box. Oh no! Oh, he's playing with his job. Simmons. Abel Nyirongo could have buried it right there and then. Goodness me, it's just him and the goal. What's he done there? Simute. And then, no. Oh no. It's a bad miss from the striker. So that's a bad miss from the striker. He knows it. The entire Zambian country will know it. That could have been it right there and then. Wow is down countless times. This time it's him and Malupande. Sayunat now would send the roof off the Soweto Stadium. Abel Nyirongo. You gotta forget about it, he's a young man. Chances will come and go. Family affair. It's Soweto, Pimville. Piri tries to thread it between those defenders. Now the legs and the mental state of the kids are going to be tested. Banda. It's sufficient to get it through to Mbuti. Nyirongo to the chest and only to the feet of the captain, Delphine. Omar Oliveira leads the counter drive. Domingos is up there with him. Sabane comes to defend from a Zambian perspective. Corner for Angola. Just going the entire distance, or is there going to be a winner here? These two teams are going to want to get the business done now. The box end. Almost danger for Zambia. Francisco gets beyond. Ref plays on. Francisco still going. Piri turns. Sees Malupande. Now the young Chilipolo go. Recycles, but not too far back. Kalimina. Brilliant ball that Felix Piri beats the goalie. Felix Piri for green shirts. Mike Banda. Mike hits the ball. Oh goodness me. Oh my word. Oh my word. It just won't go in. Just won't go in. Two big chances for Zambia. Nyirongo. And then this one. It would have been offside anyway. It would have been off. Wouldn't have counted. The VAR would have disallowed it, but nothing. Nothing. Drama continues between two of the best teams in this year's competition, between two giants of Southern African football. Gilson Dala stayed down. I'm told that at a time-wise, it's going to be 6 additional minutes before we head to an additional 30 minutes. So Zambia are going to make a change in the interim. Going to bring on jersey number 11, Jimmy Banda of the Collins Mbesuma Academy. He's played 2 games so far. Banda, I'm told, is deciding who exactly he's going to replace. He's going to replace the other Banda, Robert Banda. So Jimmy for Robert is the change that's going to be made for Zambia. Now the personnel change will be made. Jimmy Banda, the Collins Mbesuma Academy, replaces the man to set up the first goal then for Zambia. The sugar man, the man with all the sugar and spice, goes off and shows them hope that from one sugar, maybe honey sweetens it. 4 minutes of stoppages to go here of the 6. Between these two young teams, these two young bloods. You're now learning what continental football feels like, what playing in a championship final feels like. That's threaded through Angola, dealt with by Roger Simamba. Game between South Africa and Zambia was completed almost 2 hours after kickoff time. At 6 is when the game, 20 past 6 is when the game went down. It was 3 hours afterwards. Nyirongo! 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 From the banks of Zambezi to the heart of Lusaka, the young Chipolopolo unleash a moment of brilliance and perhaps win it in 90th minute. Nyirongo makes up for his penalty miss, and the top goal scorer of the competition may just have won it here. Oh my! Nyirongo, you beautiful, beautiful, beautiful man. What a touch, what a turn, what a finish. The boy that's living the dream. in live television. Abel Nyarongo. Man. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. This tournament has produced drama from match 1 to match 21. And Zambia are on their way to back-to-back titles. Is there a final throw of the dice for Angola? Wow. Cleared away. They're just going to park that bus now. The stands are all chanting from the Zambian side of things at the moment. Four up front. Nyarongo may just win it. Back to the box. Piri the target. Emmanuel Mbutsi tries to get onto that one. Counter-attack. One more throw of the dice, perhaps all the way. And Rogers Mumba gathers it. Wow, me. Yeah, he is. He's got a brace today. And he'll be the most loved man in Zambia. Piri. Malupande. Malupande goes for goal. Gone down has Abel Nyarongo. That's what's causing the slight delay. He's worried about the time, Gilson Dala. He says time wasting, get on with it. That'll be every single Zambian right now. Those are the ladies cheering on the boys. Abel Nyarongo has gone down. He's going to be stretchered off in the meanwhile. And they're going to make one more change, will the Zambians. Komati Chimwemwe. This is the goal. My goodness. Breaks Angolan hearts. So they want to make one more change. I wonder if there's enough time to make it. Our clock says 7. I would assume nothing more than 60 seconds left here. Zambia ball to the frustration of the captain, Luawu. Zambia on their way to 2 titles on South African turf. This would be their first one in South Africa. Chance of ole ole in the crowd. Piri. Now cut back to bury it. I wonder if there's time for those changes. Ref says play on. Simute kept onside by Josmar Vicente. Simute, the smooth! Criminal is saved. It was offside anyway. The personal changes are not going to be made. There it is. From the roaring waters of the Zambezi to the copper-rich hearts of Lusaka, Zambia's journey reaches its crescendo. A late strike seals their destiny, etching their name once more in the annals of Southern African football. The young Chipolopolo stand tall, a testament to resilience, passion, and the unyielding spirit of a nation that never stops believing. The Zambian team just does not stop believing. This is their moment. This is Zambia's triumph. 2-1 after full time. Abel Nyarongo the hero of Zambia. The Angolans will have qualified naturally for the competition, but it's the Chipolopolo, it's the young Chipolopolo that will be dancing all the way to Lusaka. It's a Zambian party in Soweto. The copper bullets come to Johannesburg and mine out not just copper, but gold. Golden treasures that will take them to the golden land of Ivory Coast. So, after full time, it's 2, Zambia 1, Angola in the final. Possession was equally contested. The game was a tight one, but at the end, it's the young Chipolopolo that are back-to-back champions in the Under-17 COSAFA Championship. Banda, the target for this one. Sugar to the box. Oh! He's a deadly striker. It starts with Banda. It starts with the Sugar Man. Sugar. It's a sweet delivery. Striker, predator's instincts by Nyarongo. Wow, Abel Nyarongo is a powerful striker. Firepower behind it. Nivumbo. James Sabene is Bennett. Here it comes. It's in the net. Angola score. It looks like it takes a touch somewhere there. It's not the cleanest of free kicks. In fact, it's quite scrappy. It takes a big deflection. Huge moment in the game. Deflects off the wall, goalkeeper's going one way, the ball's going another. Oh, in fact, it takes 2. Cometh the hour. To the academy games to watch the football. Simute, cut back, smooth. Criminal is offside. That flag should have come up sooner. Those Zambian supporters are going to have to sit back down. But there you see it, he was way offside. And then, see, tipped. That's a pin. Doesn't dive into the contact, he's going into space. 2 feet for Josmar Vicente. Penalty all day, every day, twice on a Sunday. To Kelson Kala does Brighton Chimene. So, up steps Abel. Nyarongo saved! Oh! Wow! This COSAFA Championship has produced drama from day 1 to 20, from match 1 to 20. What a hand! He gets one hand on that! And that bench is a picture of frustration. 20 past 6 when the game went down, almost 3 hours afterwards. Nyarongo! Beautiful man, what a touch, what a turn, what a finish. The boy that's living the dream, the Livingstone dream, he's living it. The personnel changes are not going to be made. There it is, from the roaring waters of the Zambezi to the copper-rich hearts of Lusaka, Zambia's journey reaches its crescendo. Zambia winners back to back of the Under-17 COSAFA Championship. What a sight it is to see A beautiful sight it is to see. The best team in the competition has ended up with the biggest silverware of the competition. Angola played to a good game of football, but it's Zambia that won it right towards the end. What drama in this competition. It's been entertaining from match 1 to match 21. Ian Bakala, his second championship. It was in the Malawian city of Lilongwe a couple of years ago. This time he's got it in the city of gold. He's got the gold in the city of gold. Ian Bakala. Wow, what moments, what sights these. There's the ladies' trophy. They'll be flying back with 2 pieces of silverware. There's the ladies' coach also, Kanyambe Carol, with her technical team. What a sight that is. There's lots of Zambians in the building. Wow. Ian Bakala said he had one job in mind today. He's got that job done. Good work by the Angolans. I think they can go home with their heads held high, because they played right up until the last minute. In fact, they thought that it should have gone the entire way. They'll dance long into the Johannesburg night and sky. These golden, golden, golden generation of Zambian footballers. Wow, what a sight that was. We're gonna have the prize giving ceremony now. And we'll have the various awards given. They celebrate some South Africans also in the picture there. Some South Africans also in the midst. The girls team won 15-0 against Lesotho. The boys 2-1 against Angola. So, Zambia domination in South Africa. The first time that they lift silverware in South Africa. This bunch of Zambian players. Abel Nyarongo is a hero at the end of the championship. They're gonna line up now to receive their awards. Player of the tournament, goalkeeper of the tournament, golden boot, fair play. Fair play is an award that's given to a team that's administered themselves well. They've got to the games on time. They've respected the referees. Just overall been a good treat to have. They've definitely been treated to it here, the supporters. It's been a good day to be a Zambian development football supporter. Lots of fans in the crowd. There's been a good turnout here. So we're going to have our dignitaries walk out and come deliver the silverware. Celebrations go on for this golden
Ladies and gentlemen,
golden generation.
Junior Kanye to bring in the trophy for the
Let's not forget the vigilant
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them a
Angolans
big
who have
round of
written their own
applause.
chapter in this tournament. Their journey has been one of courage and heart. We leave here not as mere participants, but as contenders who push the champions to their very limits. Today, the young Chipanapolo bask in their glory, but Angola departs with their heads held high, carrying the pride of their nation and the promise of a bright future. Southern African football. There's Junior Kanye. Played for Mansfield United, played for one of these Sundowns. He's the COSAFA representative. Smells. So we're going to start with the referee awards.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I welcome. We welcome you all to this presentation. May I now welcome on stage the COSAFA acting president, Mr. Saeed.
The referee awards will begin. They're going to be handed out by the officials.
Chairman, Competitions Company, Mr. Timothy Shombe, the COSAFA Exco member,
The officials yet, I think they're still on their way here.
the SAFA president, Dr. Danny Jordan, the LLT chairman, Mr. Chukwumukulu,
The silverware.
as well as the president of Football Association
They've left it
of
before.
Zambia, Mr. Andrew Kamanga.
See,
Give
Danny
them a big
Jordan
round of
also
applause,
among the
ladies and
officials,
gentlemen.
the SAFA president. So the officials are there now on that right picture. Mr. Salih Aid Othman, the COSAFA acting president. Mr. Timothy Shongwe, the
A round
COSAFA
of
chairman
applause for our
competitions
Jiki
committee.
ladies and gentlemen.
Mr. Kiba Mwanyane, the COSAFA execo member. Dr. Danny Jordan also in and amongst the mix there. Mr. Job Mchunu, and Mr. Andrew Kamanga, who's the president of the Football Association of Zambia, joins the officials.
We also have on stage
So we're going to start with the referee awards. There's Danny Jordan.
Welcome you, Tate.
Was full of praise for Amajimbos knockouts in the semi-final.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Despite the project
goes to the match
that they
officials.
planned for the young
Please
South
give a big
Africans,
round of
he has
applause
hope
for our match officials.
that the Angolans will go over and represent us well along with the Zambians. So, Brighton Chimene, Caesar Tangamandla, Moiketsi Benjamin Mankungu, and Nonchabulo Nontantlela go over to collect their referee medals for their officiating in the final. We did also have the video assistant referee, Akona Zenit Makalima. I think they're also there. They dressed in the long pants. They were in the VAR control room, as well as Letitia Antonella Vienna. Don't need to check all too many things in terms of the VAR today.
Ladies and gentlemen, moving right along to our
Move on now in terms of the awards.
starting with the Fair Play
The ceremony
Award.
will then go on to the Fair Play Award
goes to
after this.
Angola!
The Fair Play Award awarded to
Ladies and
Angola.
gentlemen, a round of applause.
We feel a little bit like a bittersweet moment
The
this
Fair Play
for
Award, ladies and gentlemen, goes to
Delphine
Angola. Give them a big round of
Luau
applause.
to go and pick up the Fair Play Award, but they really have deserved the Fair Play Award. Not too many cards. They play such a clean brand of football, a good advert of Southern Western
Big round of
play.
applause, ladies and gentlemen. This
football.
is the Fair Play Award.
After the Fair Play, we're going to have 3 individual awards. Goalkeeper of the tournament, top goal scorer of the tournament, and finally the player of the tournament.
To the Golden Glove.
The Golden
Glove award goes from Angola.
Gelson
Big round of
Dala,
applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Golden Glove winner like we anticipated, and he picks up the Man of the Match award for the game. Wow, a penalty save. He really kept his team in this one. Gelson Dala, the man of Atletico Petros Luanda, only conceded 4 goals in the competition. Played 5 games.
Applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Picks up the Golden Glove.
Award, Gelson, all the way from Angola.
Next award will be the top goal scorer of the tournament. We know who that's going to. Abel Nyerongo.
Moving right along to the golden
for
boot
his
the golden boot goes to Abel
7 goals
from Zambia.
Abel Nyerongo scored the winner to win it for the Zambians. 7 goals so far in the competition. Coming into today, he was level with El Shaddai Sadomba, but this young man is a striker in the making. In fact, this young man is a striker, period. He's arrived as Abel Nyerongo.
Big round of applause,
and he's arrived in
ladies and gentlemen,
style.
for the big Zambian striker. And now, ladies and
The
gentlemen,
player of the
for
tournament.
player
This is
of the
going to be
tournament,
interesting.
please put your hands together for Mabalo Simute from Zambia.
Apollo Simute, a smooth criminal, is the player of the tournament. Not surprising there. Boy, he's smooth, this kid. Scored the first goal. He just knows how to beat a man. One moment you see him, the next you don't. He operates criminal-like, but does it completely within the laws of the game. He's smooth in his movements and crisp in his thinking. And that is a player for the future.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's now welcome on stage our silver medalist, Team Angola.
Now we're going to welcome Angola, a team that carries the spirits of their nation with every pass, every tackle, and every moment of determination.
Well done, Angola.
From the roaring hearts of Luanda to the quiet pride of the provinces, Angola stood tall in the face of fierce competition. They may not lift the silverware today, but they have won respect, reminding us that football is not just about victory, but about the courage to dream and the will to inspire. Their journey leaves a mark, and their future remains bright for the Palanquinas. They played such good football, losing only 1 game. They only lost once in the very, very, very final game. In the very, very final minutes, the dying embers of the game. And I think they've done their nation, themselves, their families, and their academies very, very proud. Big technical team then from the Angolans, right from Simba Paulo Baptista. Well, from Domingos da Silva, the head coach, there's Baptista, there's Carvalho Thomas, the medical staff led by Agansto Ventura da Costa, Orlando Kusenga Dembo, Carlos Servoda, Kasule, and the like. Proper team this.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together.
Welcome the champions.
For the champions, Team Zambia.
Zambia now ascend to the throne once more. Their name etched into the annals of greatness. From the lush banks of Zambezi to the thunderous roar of the Victoria Falls, the young Chipol Apollo carry the pride of a nation that
congratulations.
Football. This is not just a victory, it's a legacy renewed. A testament to their resilience, artistry, and unyielding spirit. They've conquered Southern Africa once again. Their triumph echoes across the plains and valleys of a proud land. Today, Zambia stand as giants. Their story becomes a beacon for the next generation.
Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. This is our champions.
Proud moments, proud faces, months of hard work. Over 1 million boys wanted to be selected, but it could only be this group of 20 players. 20 from 1 million. 1% of the top footballers in Zambia left the biggest silverware. Jonathan Kalimina, the captain who played with his heart on his sleeve, who played for his country, served like a true soldier, selflessly.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for the Zambian captain.
So, the moments that they've been waiting for, the moment of history.
5, 4,
Zambia.
3, 2, 1. The
champions of the Under-17 COSAFA Championship.
Zambia!
As the trophy is raised into the sky, it becomes more than silver. It becomes a reflection of dreams fulfilled. Zambia, the land of the mighty Zambezi, with the thunder of the Victoria Falls, is matched only by the roar of its footballing passion, celebrates a new chapter in its legacy. This is a triumph born of sweat and skill, of unity and unshakable belief. From Lusaka to Livingstone, this moment echoes across every field and street corner, reminding every young dreamer that greatness is not distant. It's here, it's alive, and greatness is proudly Zambian. So that's how it ends then in terms of the 2024 Under-17 COSAFA Championships. And Zambia are on top of the world, on top of Southern Africa. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to the broadcast. It's been a pleasure calling the action for you. But from myself, Tandem Chiako, and the rest of the world-class broadcasters with me from now until the next time, it's goodbye and safe travels back to the countries for the respective nations. Bye-bye. We'll see you next time.